Exactly.
Hitting the button. Don't threaten me like that.
I'm hitting the button. Come on. Come on in, folks. We see you out there. We know you're there. Good to see you. Chat's live. We're live this morning. It's the 12th of May.
God, 12th
And
already.
we're all still alive, surviving most of the evil solar storms.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know,
Got to see some pretty lights. I
Yeah,
didn't, but
that's true.
I got too much light pollution around my neighborhood.
Yeah, same.
That and clouds.
Maybe it was the mushrooms.
Could have been the mushrooms.
Everybody's
Absolutely.
out to the fact that I like mushrooms. Oh no.
It's Sunday Funnies, folks. We're back. We're going to look at a great fanzine. Not that we ever left, but it's Sunday. So come on in. Here we go. Going to run the opening, and we'll be underway here. There we go. Here.
Holy shit. That is the craziest thing I have ever seen. And I'm Dennis Quaid, and Dennis Quaid has seen some shit.
Had to change that opening. Come on in, folks. Nice to see you there. There's refreshments in the back of the hall if you want them. And we're here for Sunday Funnies. I'm your host, Randy Zimmerman. I am the editor-in-chief of Arrow Comics. You can find my work over at arrowcomics.store, where you'll find a lot of great books over there. And hopefully a lot more here after this weekend. You ought to be able to find copies of Alice in Chains up there and available. And The Fool should be up there as well as Paragon, Calico, HeroBot Zero. A lot of other books. Some I've drawn, some most or all I've written, plus the Shadow Kingdom that Russ is holding up there. I just adapted that one. So.
Oh, that was fantastic, Russ.
Oh, it's great. Oh, hang on. There we are. Do it again. There we are. It turned out looking really good.
Oh, that looks amazing. You guys did a great job.
Faithfully adapting the story by Robert E. Howard, and then we printed this prose story in the back. What a great story it is,
it
too.
Worked. It did well.
Works real well.
Looking forward. You can show me the American print run when it turns up.
Absolutely. As soon as we get it. It's in at the printers now, as they say. So here we go. Also joining me this morning is Mr. Glenn Fleming. Glenn, introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name's Glenn Fleming. I'm a writer, artist, and publisher. And I write things and draw things and publish things. And I've been doing that for nearly 50 years now, which is quite a long time. But if you look around on Amazon, you'll get most of it there. If you go on Fund My Comic, you'll get stuff there. And if you go to New Haven Publishing, you'll be able to get that, which is a book about my visits to see the great Jack Kirby at his home. And plus lots of other things. Just go on Amazon, put my name in Google, you'll find it.
There we are. Also, we're joined by Mr. Russ Leach. Russ, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Russ Leach. I am a comic book artist from the UK. And after too long drawing comics for other people, with a few exceptions, I'm fed up with doing that and I'm doing it for myself now. You can find out about me at russleach.com. Work with Randy and Arrow Comics as well. Soon to be with Alterna as well. One of the few exceptions where I'd really like to draw a book for someone else. But you can find out all about that stuff, all about the Shadow Kingdom and the Atlantean moving forward by signing up for the email list there over at russleach.com. There you go.
All right. Also joining us this morning is the Alley Cat. Alley, introduce yourself.
I am Allison, the Alley Cat. I am a live streamer, comic book creator, cat person. I got the other one on my lap. So, and I am a streamer on the Indie Comics Network. I stream Fridays with Arting with the Alley Cat. I'm currently going to be working on a Sword and Sorcery comic for Sword and Sorcery magazine called Broken Shackles. Post some concept art on my live streams and Facebooks and all the other fun stuff. But yeah, I'm happy to be here. Everybody have a wonderful day.
Dang it! Now I'm gonna have to change the title of my story. Anyway,
What?
also joining us this morning is Rex. 2 thumbs up. Rex, introduce yourself. Or not? Are you there?
Creator Devil Flyer over on Fun My Comic right now. Excuse you. I mean, bless you. On Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. You can find me all over the place. Artist, writer, YouTuber, I guess. Here daily on the 4 o'clock shadow. Sorry to hear about Roger Corman's passing away. He was a giant in the B-listed movies. He'll be sorely missed.
Director of the first Fantastic Four film.
Yeah,
Yep.
I just watched that on my channel with everyone just
Yeah.
a week or so ago.
Most accurate Fantastic Four movie made so far, aside from The Incredibles. So,
There we are. Yep.
And the best special
think so.
effect
I
was
love
the
the
Invisible
thing.
Woman.
yes.
Yeah. Sorry, Rex. Go ahead.
It worked.
It worked.
I mean, for $1 million, I think it had a budget of $1 million. The thing suit looks better than, I mean, they haven't really done. I mean, it's the closest in my heart to an actual Fantastic Four movie that we've gotten.
Yeah.
But, Death Race 2000, just so many are so good, gave a start to so many greats in the, movies. Hey, Pedro, we got HR, we got Jolly Green in the chat. It's good to see everybody.
Director of Battle of the Planets.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yep. That had the vagina spaceship.
Great.
Well,
Richard Thomas movie.
just okay. All right.
Is there any
There's
other
a
kind
whole-
of spaceship?
Yeah.
It had boobies. I know that.
If
Sybil
you look
Danning.
at the shape of it,
Yes. Very
there's
great-
the 2
great
ovaries and that kind of.
The big line I remember from that movie is, "This doesn't taste like dog at all."
Yeah.
Also joining us, special guest here is Charles Santino. Charles, introduce
Good
yourself.
morning. Another Roger Corman movie you want to see is The Man with the X-Ray Eyes
Oh yeah.
with Ray Milland.
Yeah.
My name is Charles
60s.
Santino. I am otherwise known as the hardest working man in my basement. I got started writing about a thief named Conan, and now I'm writing about a thief named Rammer, Rammur. So a lot of progress in a bunch of decades, and you can find me all over the place. Rammer's on Amazon. You see the first issue behind me, and there is the second issue, hot off the print-on-demand press. So you
Awesome.
can get them both on Amazon, and you can find me all over the internet.
Sweet.
And what is your company name, Charles? I'm just curious.
My publisher
Your
is
company name.
my company name is Marshall Holt Entertainment, but my publisher is Marcosia, the British publisher.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Let me edit my name down. We'll get rolling here.
Oh,
Here
hell.
we are. Actually, I should jump over to Facebook.
I see
too.
why you do that now, to get it
Make
out
my
of the way.
Facebook page. Yep.
That's what she said.
Oh, it's not even up there yet. Where are you, Facebook? Come on.
But he's always saying this. What I said.
There you are.
It wasn't
Still
me.
private.
It was that guy.
Who? What? All right, now we're live over on Facebook as well. So here we go, folks. Today we're going to look at an issue of Alter Ego fanzine by Roy Thomas. That was started way back in what, the late 60s? Right?
Early 60s.
Charles?
Yeah.
Early
It's like
60s.
early to mid.
Yeah.
Early to mid. This issue
Has
number
it been continuous though, or was there
63. No,
a
Oh,
hiatus?
No, it hasn't.
Camera.
yeah, there was quite a hiatus. What?
Don't move it. It was fine.
Anyway,
It was fine.
Okay, that
good
solar
there.
flare is destroying Randy's house.
That's it. That looks great.
It was actually founded as a fanzine by Jerry Bales in 1961 and later taken
Wow.
over by Roy Thomas.
Huh,
The
did
great
not know
Jerry
that.
Bales.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
10 issues through 69, and then issue 11, 9 years later. And then 1999, Alter Ego was taken over by Tomorrow's.
Tomorrow's Publishing. Yep.
Yeah, it's a great
Yeah.
magazine. Every issue is worthwhile.
As opposed to yesterday's.
Yes.
It's amazing thinking of someone like Roy Thomas running a fanzine.
That's where you got to start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he wasn't
but
such
it's
a
like-
big fan, he wouldn't have gotten his career at Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen like that anymore, does it?
No. But anyway,
Like that anymore.
this is issue number 63 from December of 2006. Remembering Comics Legend ALEX TOTH.
That's great.
What-
Look at that.
What a great cover.
The
that
first
industry
Alex
tribute.
Toth I really saw was
Never seen
all
interview.
his animated glory, like Space
seen that.
Ghost.
Yep. Space Ghost is great. I used to love that show.
Yeah.
It was,
Spoon.
My
it was
big-
all those
my big
hero
love was-
cartoons that kind of primed me to get into comics.
Absolutely. My big love was Herculoids. Love that.
Oh,
love that
Hercules is
cartoon.
amazing. That's a great.
What a great
Oh,
story.
yeah.
They have a cream that'll clear that up.
So you got there just before me.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
I did not. Guys.
Alison, it's not all about you.
Yes, it is. I'm the woman.
So this is the
She
divine
thinks it
intervention.
is.
You could become a spiritual guru on your own, but you just have to tie your shoes and you just have to know how to eat burritos backwards.
Yeah.
Little dog.
I swear my brain cells aren't so much as dying, but committing suicide every time I hear that man speak.
You can hear them jumping out. Look at that.
Original comic art wanted, folks.
Oh God, we have somebody else coming in.
Oh, here we are.
Yeah.
Also joining us this morning
No.
We're
Yeah.
talking a little.
Everybody
dog.
hi.
we're from Panama.
How
Pedro,
you doing,
introduce
Lord
yourself.
Fleming? Hi,
I'm all
I'm
right.
Pedro, and I'm an animator. And you guys said Hercules, and I have to barge in. Sorry.
There we are. Yeah, we spent quite a few episodes of Comics by Night looking at Alex Toth's InDesign book.
Oh yeah, dude, that guy is just like a reference to everybody, especially people who like thread both Waters animation and comic books. It's just like the perfect mix of simplification while maintaining the spirit of what comic books are. So
Absolutely.
yeah, dude, I'm thrilled that we're talking about this great bitter man, Alex Toth.
That's his two claims.
And what
to
year
fame.
was this published, Randy?
2006.
Just after he died, I believe.
18 years
Mhm.
old. Yep.
Yeah.
Of course,
He was
it's
only
dedicated
18?
to the memory of Alex Toth.
Mhm.
What? No, it was 18 years ago that this book was
No, I know, I
published.
was joking.
He was what, in his 80s, I think it was? 80 something?
Yeah, he was pretty old. He made
Wow.
a pretty good run.
Good long career, good long life. Did a lot of different things. Worked for EC. I remember his first work was in EC.
Mhm.
Did some work for Warren magazines for a while, Marvel, DC work. I don't know if he ever worked for Charlton. I don't think he ever did. But
I don't think so.
He was
He
77.
did stuff for Red
77.
Circle Comics.
yeah, he did a lot of great stuff. For the Fox and Black Hood for Red Circle, right? Did some fantastic work on the Fox there.
He died May 27th, 2006. That's my birthday, May 27th. So
Wow.
It's just a couple of weeks.
Wow.
So anybody wants to reach out to me with gifts
Yeah,
and praise,
flowers.
they'll know where. They just direct message me, and I'll make sure that give you a place that you can send me things. So
I'll give you a bank account number. You can send
yes,
it.
oh yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah,
Koth did. Yeah.
1928 he was born.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yep.
The 1920, that's like what? Yeah, just rack times.
Jolly Green's in
I
the
have a
house.
question.
Morning, y'all.
How long
Happy
did he
Mother's Day.
work
Happy
for
Mother's Day, Jolly Green. Go ahead.
Hanna-Barbera?
Well, let's take a look.
Whenever he could
It's
stand them.
there. Yeah.
That was kind of whenever he could stand them, he was there working for him. So
Yeah, the thing that what you have to understand about Hanna-Barbera is that those guys are like reinventing animation for TV. So it was more of a factory setting more so than anything. Anything
Yeah.
needed to be fast and streamlined. So I don't know how much he could take that. Yeah, it was a really hard environment because you're coming from studios that are making like 3 7-minute shorts a year in that school to doing 26 episodes per season.
yeah.
And you see like the evolution, like when you see like Huckleberry Hound and the one with the octopus, Squiggly and
Squiddly Diddly.
you know Squiggly Diddly and all those. I'm translating from Spanish,
Squiddly
guys.
Diddly.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
translating from Spanish. So when you see all those shows that were very limited, like it was just like the body and the head moving, or maybe just like the body and just one arm moving. That's those guys discovering how they could separate in levels so they can animate faster. And Alex Toth came in with a comic book design trying to do the same thing. When you see Space Ghost, it's a little bit more limited than the Herculoids, for example, because in Hercules they had like more tools to do it. So being there and being there at the moment when those techniques were developed, it was a very stressful environment. Like maybe like a couple of years, maybe 2 years. Like I don't know. I would be interested to know how long he left in there.
From what I understand, he would come and go. He'd get fed up and leave and do other stuff, and then come back, do more, and left him. Yeah,
understandable.
But any of the old Hanna-Barbera superheroes are all his. Space Ghost, Birdman, Mightor,
the Blue Falcon,
Young Samson, Blue Falcon,
Dino Boy in the Lost Valley.
Yeah, Blue Cycle and Dynamite. Yeah,
Galaxy Trio, everything except the Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles. I don't think were his, but everything else was Shazam was his stuff.
Shazam, dude. Oh, I hated Shazam. Yeah, Shazam. The guy. Whoa, yeah, that guy.
Don't be a hater.
Dude, I couldn't stand like as a kid. I hated Shazam. Like I appreciated the work once I became like an animator, but when I was a kid, like I will turn the channel. Like I'd rather watch a cooking show than watch Shazam. Like there was no action.
Such a hater.
Yeah.
And Young Samson and Goliath syndicated. My local TV station showed that for quite a few years in a row.
Ooh, yeah, that was.
And it was always like it always seemed like the same 6 episodes too. Go ahead.
What's that?
I know he worked on Super Friends.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But the thing is, like you'll see stuff that you might think it's Alex Toth, but it's like his influence. You know, that's the thing. Like a lot of people will copy what you do. For example, I don't know if you know about the studio, the UPA Studios. Those guys.
I do.
Okay, so those guys like came up with celebrating the fact that it's art, so it was like more like 2D. And a lot of people think the Pink Panther was UPA, but it's not really. It's French guys imitating the UPA. UPA is responsible for Mr. Magoo and Gerald McBoing Boing and some other obscure series that nobody knows about. But their imprint on the industry is just the style.
I don't think there's a lot of people that know Gerald McBoing Boing.
Yeah.
The tune's in my head now. Can't stop singing Pink Panther.
Yeah. It was Studio Funnies, I think.
The Pat Freeling, wasn't it?
Yeah, Pat Freeling, yeah.
Yeah.
He died at his drawing table.
as you should. Like a
Yeah,
They-
there's no
I-
better place to die.
I don't know if
apart
it's
from maybe
true
in
or
the
not,
arms of a
but
good woman.
I don't know if it's true or not, but the urban legend, at least that I heard, he died at his drawing table writing thank you notes to everybody because he was deathly ill, and the post office came to his house and told him he needed to come and get his mail. And he said, "What are you talking about?" And they found out how bad off he was. They brought the mail to him, and it was like 5 or 6 mail sacks full of people writing him, telling him how great he was and asking him to get well soon. And he was writing thank you notes back to everybody because he never used a computer or a typewriter. He always hand wrote everything.
So he was well wished to death.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
That's the story, at least, and it could be wrong. So
I sincerely hope it's wrong.
but for the longest time, he hated everything he did at Hanna-Barbera. There was another story of Alex Ross bringing a painting of all of his characters to his house, and Toth pretty much tossed him out of the house, told him go away.
Toth hated everything and everyone, like a good animator.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, there's something about being an anonymous artist for your whole life, because that's what animation does to you. Like, people know the characters, they know the studios, but they don't know animators. It does something to you. There you go. And they become bitter. It's good to go out with them and drink and just let them go. They'll rant for hours.
Oh, I forgot Pink Panther had a theme song.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my God.
It's now in my head forever.
You're welcome.
I need to go sleep to reset.
Yeah,
We can find it. We can find something else to replace it with if you want.
Well, yeah.
No.
Well, how about the Addams
Funnies?
Family?
I was singing. Quaid sing some shit to the Sunday Funnies song. That was in my head as well. There's something wrong with me today. Is there any comic strip in this book?
Lots of art to see here.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'll
Russ
be
has
the judge
always
of that.
something. Yeah, has something to say
Right.
that brings everything down. I just love the dude.
Hang on.
Yeah, this is just like a negative spot in the middle of space. Like, hi, I'm Russ.
it must be an English thing, Russ.
Yeah. Dude, I love it. I want to move to England just to bask.
Don't fucking do it. We've completely ruined
Well, you might as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. Dude, I love train wrecks. Dude, I drive really slow next to car fires, so I think I'll enjoy it.
When you find yourself in
Super chicken, yeah.
when it looks like you will take a licking, there is someone waiting who will hurry up and rescue you. Just call for Super Chicken. But if you're afraid, you'll have to overlook it. Besides, you knew the job was dangerous when you took it. He will drink his super sauce and throw the bad guys for a loss, and he will bring them in alive and kicking. There is one thing you should learn when there is no one else to turn to. Call for Super Chicken. Call for Super Chicken.
Super chicken.
There you go. You're welcome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
God help me.
Good, but the
I've
thing
never
is,
been
like,
to that restaurant.
I love that.
Chicken. Super Chicken is
I
well
love
made.
that as a kid.
Yeah, you want to see something before the animation techniques were developed for TV? Look out for Crusader Rabbit, and you'll hate me forever.
Yep.
I used to watch that.
Back
I
in-
used to
back
watch
in the
that show as
50s.
a kid.
Yeah,
Why are we gonna hate you? We loved it.
you love Crusader. No, watch it now. It's like watching Clutch Cargo again. It's like, why would you do that to yourself? Watching like
I like
Really,
Clutch
really
Cargo
good.
too. Leave me alone.
yeah,
That's
bang,
like
bang,
Tom
bang.
Terrific.
Yeah,
Tom Terrific.
You're
I
attacking
don't know,
my
man.
childhood. Stop it.
What is it,
I
Waldo?
hate thick
Yeah.
red lips. I can't stand it.
HR in the house says hello. Pedro's
Hey.
says I would join you, but there's heavy machinery in the background.
There
You
was,
joined us
there
anyway.
was, but it's
Yeah.
not.
If you're
yeah.
here,
Yeah, it stopped. That's why I joined.
nice.
Haven't heard about that. That's a downer. It's probably talking about Roger Corman. This is the artist formerly known as Randy. Here we are.
No, the thing is that you have a dot on your name now. It was like Randy Zimmerman, and it was only a dot. Yeah, so it's
Alex
like
Paul
you became
Alex Toth characters and Paul Julian backgrounds was the peak of animation.
I wouldn't say that, but it was good.
Those together was a
The peak of-
perfect match.
the peak of TV animation, I would say.
No, man, the peak of TV animation was Johnny Quest.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was Toth's first job at Hanna-Barbera. And you can
exactly.
see that influence too. There's a villain that's got an all black outfit with just little goggles on and kind of like a double T on the chest. That was Alex Toth right there. You can tell that. Master of simplicity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Alex Toth, Edge of Genius. Yeah.
There you go.
An overview of the first few years. Like Craig Theakston. Great Theakston.
Yeah. Are you having fun, Russ? Just checking.
Just chicken?
Just chicken.
It's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be one of those streams.
Oh,
Black Canary. That's great.
Yeah.
Dr. Midnight.
That's some
One of my
thick
favorite.
thighs going on there.
Oh,
that
man,
is.
she's healthy.
That's look at that's just fantastic. I mean, quite apart from the fact that they're thick, the weight going through her bottom and the way the leg spreads on the bottom of the leg, that is in the weight of the flesh. That's just insanely good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's well done. Yeah. Just...
Settle down, boy. Settle down.
Yeah, dude. Let go of the chicken.
I'm choking it.
Yeah.
Don't.
That's what she said.
Whoa.
Whoa. Hey.
No, it's got nothing to do with any sexual nature. I'm talking about the anatomy and the way that it's drawn.
How dare you?
Yeah, it's nothing sexual. We're just
drawn excellently. There's not
incredibly
people
well.
that
Yes.
can do that kind of thing.
Nope.
It's just.
I mean, this guy knew his anatomy, man. It's just.
Oh god, yeah.
Golden Age.
But he knew it in that special kind of way for comics. You know, it's not just understanding it; it's knowing where to push.
Yeah, where to exaggerate.
Where all the genius artists are is that they know how to push it, how to bend the rules. It's just brilliant.
That guy, Alter Ego, looks like Matt Murdock.
A bit, yeah. Like a lawyer, a blind lawyer.
I'm thinking that's Toth. Toth had style unmatched. Oh no, those two together. He's talking about those animators. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still though, Doug Wilde for Johnny Quest for me.
Yeah.
It's just great stuff. They're all available. All the Johnny Quests are available over on Tubi.
All done traditional by hand.
Yeah.
The thing with Johnny Quest,
the Wonder
this
Dog.
Is like a little peeve of mine. So it's just my opinion. The backgrounds were a little bit too overcomplicated, and it fought with the animation sometimes. That's the only thing. Like when you see Space Ghost or the Air Herculoids, like the backgrounds are still great, but more simplified, so you can see the action happening. In Johnny Quest, like you have to rewind sometimes in some scenes because it's the jungle, but it's like vines and trash and everywhere, and you don't see the action really. So that's the only thing, and it's a little thing. Like I do enjoy Johnny Quest, and it's a testament to the tools they had at the time and their talent.
That's interesting to note there. Rex the Wonder Dog.
Rex.
Yeah.
Gil Kane also did some of those, I think.
Rex the Wonder Dogs, yeah.
When are these from? These from the 50s? These
Yep.
Westerns?
Yeah, these are. Yep. Earlier, that's his Golden Age work here for DC. Not this. That's a convention sketch there.
Yeah.
For, drawing he did much later. I think it's a convention sketch or a commission.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dedicated to someone. But those are Golden Age pages there. He did everything: westerns,
When did
romances.
he get his?
He's really
Look at
known
that.
for his work on Zorro.
Can you go one page?
Go ahead.
Can you go back one page? Look at that horse.
When did he get?
Yeah, down there. That's great.
Yeah, dude, that's in the middle of the gallop, dude. This guy studied Edwards. Edward Muybridge in Animals in Motion and all that. Like, yeah, dude, this is with little things you can learn so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just wow.
Romantic Standard. My Dream is You. Penciled by Toth. Inked by Mike Peppa.
Nice. So
Appeared in Standard
When
Comics.
did he start in comics?
That inker, Mike
Romance.
Pepe, whatever his name is, he was a favorite of Toth. Toth was very upset with all the inking he got until he found that guy Mike, and he said, "I want this guy inking everything." And he ended up inking him for a number of companies, including Standard and even Marvel.
Cool. Except for X-Men number 10.
12.
12? Number 12.
Yeah. Not a good fit.
Buried Treasure magazine. Toth issue. I gotta dig that up.
Dude,
We'll look at Bravo for Adventure one of these days. That was his great work. That was a great work by him.
that's
Joe Yank.
unfortunate. Yeah, Joe Yank. That's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you call yourself Joe Yank? Yank what?
It's an All-American, short for Yankee.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected. I took it somewhere else.
I know you did.
Yeah, Joe Yank was a feature in One Fisted Tales.
Okay.
There we
Yeah,
are.
it's always, yeah. Yeah, if it was two-fisted, it would be greedy.
Wasn't that character's first in One Fisted Tail? Wasn't that character's first name Dick?
Yeah.
Could've sworn
Dick
it was.
Johnson. Yeah.
That's right. Anyway, sorry, folks.
No, you're not.
Those parentheses.
I am too.
Sorry, not sorry.
There goes our rating.
Yeah.
We had a rating.
Can't help.
There's that Bravo.
Yes,
There's
so.
Bravo for Adventure there.
There you go.
That's a
There's a
great
top
book.
checklist.
Some people are not thrilled with that with Bravo, but I think it's fantastic.
I think it's masterful. Actually,
Yeah.
it's his him showing off what he can do, doing what he loved to draw. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like some of those two-fisted tales we've been looking at with George Evans. You can tell he loves drawing biplanes. He did it incredibly well. There he is there.
Hmm.
Right next to a Heritage auction ad. Yeah. Let the imagination of the audience do the rest. An interview with legendary artist Alex Toth on media violence.
Hmm. I mean, he looks like he can kick your ass in that picture, though.
I would imagine he could.
Yeah. It's just,
Even as an old man.
whoa. Yeah. Calm down, Alex. Jeez.
Alex in the 70s, above in the 1970s. And the type of violence he generally preferred to portray in his art and to see in others the prelude to an aftermath of a blow rather than the blow itself.
Mm-hmm.
From the 63 Fox story drawn for Archie Comics action imprint as seen in Toth Black and White 1999, edited and published by Marvel Manuel Assad, which is sadly, like all Manuel's books done with Toth, out of print. The photos from the DC produced fanzine Amazing World of DC Comics from 1975. Fox Art, copyright 2006 Archie Comics Publications.
Yeah, that's an animation principle. What he was talking there about. You show the anticipation and the reaction more so than the action in itself, because the brain finishes. The brain does the action. So yeah, that's one of the principles that's hammered into you in animation school.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tribute to a Titan.
That top right looks like Kirby, doesn't it?
I was about to say that's quite beefy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Quite Kirby-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The power in it. And
Real
everything.
dynamic.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
probably
it's
from
not
his
easy.
black and white story, Batman Black and White. Cathartic violence, superhero style.
Yeah, it just reminds me of Batroc
Lantern,
and Cap action, you know?
Yeah. Yep, it does.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice hand lettered pow there, too.
Yeah. Excellent, isn't it?
I love hand lettering my special effects, my sound effects and stuff.
It's Dr. Midnight story. The doctor recommends exercise.
Yeah, the posing is just on point here.
I think my first time I recognized Toth and his work was in a Justice Society story he did that they reprinted in a Justice League 100-page super spectacular. With he did the Atom segment for that, and that there was one particular really dynamic body style of Atom standing in front of a desk. And I'm like, who drew this? This is pretty wild. Cool style. It was Alex Toth. Ad for Remita Man, original comic art.
God, I didn't realise he'd been going so long.
Okay. Say what?
I didn't realise that had been going so long.
Oh, were those the guys that bought a bunch of your originals?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Remita Man, original comic art. RemitaMan.com, folks. Free advertising. Is that Black Cock here? Toss of the Pirates. Yeah. So this is bigger. This is great. Here, this Western sequence.
I think Toth might have done some Black Hawk when Action Comics went weekly, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Action Comics weekly for a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
That right-hand page panel above Remita Man looks like Dave Gibbons' Watchmen type of style, doesn't it?
Mm.
The way it's coming in, it could be Rorschach, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very similar. That is pretty cool.
Mm.
I love his faces.
Yeah, they're really simple, aren't they? You know,
Yeah.
minimal, but get it over. Yeah,
Definitely signs of an animator.
yeah.
That's Toth all over, though, is minimalism.
True.
Put as few lines as possible on a page. Solid blacks. Alex Toth had it all.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I don't know, like you're talking about animators, and I see a lot of Fred Moore, which is a Disney animator that it's previous to the 9 Old Men.
Mm.
I see a big influence of Fred Moore on Alex Toth. He designed Snow White.
Oh, okay.
But you got to see like his anatomy studies. Like he's the guy who brought animation from rubber hosing to really watching articulation and elbows and shoulders and all that. And I see a lot of his pedigree, especially in how he draws clothing and the folds and whatnot. Like it's spread more all over the place.
Yeah. It's an interview with Joe Kubert that was transcribed by our friend Brian K. Morris. He doesn't come on the show often enough. Daily Dreams. One of our heroes is missing. Great Hawkman splash page there. Oh, that's Toth there.
Did anybody ever look up when Toth first started in comics?
I think it was early 50s, maybe late 40s.
Late 40s. Green Lantern.
Go ahead.
Okay. I was just wondering how
Okay.
far back he went.
Yeah, 47 looks like.
No, he did a couple of the, he contributed to some of the Justice Society stories in All-Star Comics. So I should
That
print
was
out
kind
more
of
of
a
his
rough
work.
time to get into
them all.
comics, wasn't it?
Yes.
The
Yeah.
50s.
Well, early, yeah.
They took off again in the early 50s as far as sales. I think the peak year for comic sales was 52 or 53.
I think it was 53. Yeah. So when EC and the Lev Gleason comics were raging, millions of copies, Captain Marvel was just finishing their run. Fawcett went down, I think, in late 53 or 54. But that was because of that lawsuit. And comics had started declining, and Fawcett wanted to dedicate themselves to magazines. So they got out of the comic biz. Still retain the rights to Captain Marvel until the late 70s, though. So DC in their ways rented the character for quite a few years before they bought it. Pretty ironic. Is this Kubert here, or is this Toth? Could be either one. A pair of aces high, two masters of Air War comics at work. Oh, it's one of each. Kubert and Toth.
Fantastic work, that, isn't it? Look at the undercarriage.
Just incredible.
Plane at the left, all in silhouette, and it's just wonderful, that, isn't it?
I'm so happy. I'm so happy I wasn't looking for work at that time.
Yeah.
I'll be selling coconuts, man.
Yeah, HR. I'm not sure why they don't keep more of Toth's work in print. I know the last big set of reprints was from IDW. They did a nice 3-volume set of a lot of his work, but there's so much of it out there that needs to be seen. So much great stuff. There's a Phantom. Cyberry talks about what else this issue? Alex Toth. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's got to be Alex's work here. It looks like it. Toth's own interpretation of the Ghost Who Walks. Done for a fan as a friend in 1971. Al Dillinges. Yeah.
Dodgy Pants.
Here?
Yeah.
Just quickly. Quick drawn. More great stuff. Sagebrush From Sagebrush to Space. Westerns and space opera. Johnny Quick here. It's a backup for many years in Adventure Comics, I believe.
Johnny Quick is an unfortunate name too.
Johnny Quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are pills for that.
So she said.
Goes back to Charles One-Fisted Tales, doesn't it? Anyway.
Yep.
Green Lantern. Yep. Alex was into everything. Lou Sayre Schwartz has his own say on Todd. Interview conducted by Jim Amash. There's that classic Batman black and white cover that he did.
Yeah, that was a great cover.
So I think they said on the InDesign book, he went home and designed a whole set of international Super Friends over a weekend. Black Vulcan, Apache Chief, Samurai.
The Green Tornado, the Tornado Samurai. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mexican
Samurai.
guy. Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the Mexican guy. Who was that?
Oh, he had like a nastic thing and he turned invisible. Very racist. I loved it. Yeah, dude, that was like the discount. Like even down here, like in Panama, people don't like those super friends. It's like, oh, this is like the dollar store super friends. We want the real ones. Yeah. So maybe that makes us racist too. I guess I don't know. They don't like it.
Frisky Frolics from Renegade Press. There you go, John.
That looks dirty.
Yeah, I've got a copy of that, and it's beautiful in color.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's the interiors are black and white.
I think so. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it is. But that color cover is full color.
Yeah. Fun stuff. I can't say I've ever seen a copy of it.
Toad, was he pretty isolated? Did he do conventions?
He did one. And he said he'd never do another one, and he never did.
Can't blame him.
Yeah.
Full of smelly people.
Early on, just as conventions were starting, he said out in California, from what I understand, did one show and then said he'd never do another one. Never did.
Same with Ditko.
Yeah. Photographic Memory Plus, Tribute to a Titan, Part 6, Jack Mendelson, reminiscences about Alex Toth. I think those are both pictures of Toth, young and old.
Oh, I take it back. The Frisky Follies is color inside.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wasn't a whole lot of Renegade comics that they did in color. That's cool, though. I really have to keep my eye out for that.
Yeah, I don't think I paid very much for it. I think it can be had on the cheap.
Yeah. There's Denny Lubert's company at that point. She was printing all sorts of great stuff, though. Is that all Toth on the inside then? Or is it just
No,
just
there's some Ditko.
Oh, cool. Is it all Ditko, or is it Ditko and Eric Stanton?
Let's see. The drawing I'm looking at, I think, is all Ditko.
Okay.
I'm just looking at stuff online. I don't have the comic in front of me.
But they lived across the hall from one another, and Ditko would help him out a lot on his more adult material.
Oh,
there's your couple of character sheets, the ones that we looked at in the InDesign book.
Yeah. But these are called pose sheets.
Yeah.
What it's doing here, and basically it's testing the boundaries of the character while keeping on model. So you have a couple of pages of this, and then you have a model sheet, which is like the normal like front, 3/4 profile, 3/4 back.
Yeah.
So that's a model sheet. This would be called a pose sheet. And yeah, to me those are the best.
Pose sheet, POSE or POST.
Yeah. No, POSE, pose.
Okay, pose sheet. Yeah.
Pardon my Mexican.
No, you're all right.
Okay.
So there's no Toth inside that frisky Folix, just the cover. But inside you'll find Alex Nino, Ernie Colon. And Steve Ditko and Pat Boyette, bunch of other artists as well. It's a nice little comic. It's actually called
Richard.
Revolver Annual #1. It's not called Frisky Folix.
That might have been a title that Alex was thinking about doing at one point or another.
Yep.
That would have been interesting to see. Hey, Army Comics fans.
Whoa. There's a lot of copies of that on eBay, and they're dirt cheap.
Are they? Cool.
It's worth it for the cover, but there's a lot of good stuff inside.
Yeah.
Probably people don't know about it.
More than
it's worth it for that talent list alone. Yeah. Want to thank everybody for tuning in out there.
Yeah.
Devil Flyers folks coming in real good out there. Comic Book Black Belt also has a lot of views. Thanks for watching. Who's a true genius in this field, artist Sparky Moore relates his own close encounters with Toth. Also, All-Star Companion. That's a nice book. Tomorrow's does some really, really good material. There's a collection of character studies there, along with a Snow White comic strip, it looks like. Snow White and the 10 pages of doodles. Love his open line work like this. Just great stuff.
One of the things I tell the artists I work with is that silhouettes are not cheating.
No.
Toth use them all the time to great effect.
And the thing with silhouettes is that it informs lighting, and if you don't know what you're doing, it's just a blob of ink. So, yeah, they can miss me with that statement.
Yeah. Richard's in the house. Hey, Richard, glad you're here. He says, show the cover. I just got in. The cover for the Alter Ego book. Right there. It's a great
I don't know what
great drawing of the Justice Society there.
I don't know what everybody else does with silhouettes, but I make sure I draw a character in before I make them silhouettes.
Yeah. That kind of helps.
Yeah, well, you'd be surprised. Be surprised. The
hey, Levi.
you see.
Levi's in the house. Good morning, Levi. Glad you're here. Thanks for dropping by.
You can do a reverse silhouette as well. Do the inner part in white with black around. I've seen that. I think we've seen that in one of our reviews.
Yeah, dude. We should come up with like artist curmudgeon t-shirts. Like everything needs an underdrawing. Even silhouettes. You simple bastard.
Yeah, that's what you want to say, isn't it? But
yeah.
People just get so upset.
Yeah.
Just for Christ's sake, just work it out, will you guys?
Yeah.
It's
sample
like
of his
drawing
Zorro
battle
work here.
scenes when you put lots of individual figures in. You don't
Yeah.
have to draw the whole figure, but you do have to draw behind the figure that's in front. 'Cause
Yeah.
You've got to make the amount of times you see like figures split because of scenery or because of other figures, and you think that arm doesn't
Go there.
that doesn't go there. What
Yeah.
are they doing?
Yeah, like what happened to his hip? Like, whoa. Yeah, so underdraw everything. You simple bastard. Ross Leach underneath, like a quote.
You simple bastards.
Here's the complete black and white of that cover.
Oh, dude,
Alter Ego
that's even
cover.
better. I like that better, dude.
I love that Wonder Woman.
Oh, look at that.
Just
You know,
fantastic.
look at the weight of the shadows, man.
Yeah.
It's like you understand there's one strong light source here. Ooh.
HR's silhouettes is used in too little in today's comics and movies.
And
Yeah.
no. I mean, I know actors want
I
people
would
to see their
like
face.
to.
Go ahead, Rex.
I'd like to see John Bollard
Bolin.
redo that cover. Boland.
Bolton.
Brian-
John Bolton.
Take.
Yeah.
John
Yeah,
Brian Boland. So,
John
Brian
Bolton.
Bolland, yeah.
No, that's Brian.
Brian
Brian.
Boland?
You know, did
Right.
UK artist.
Good old
Brian,
Brian.
Brian Boland.
Yes.
Dude, look how simple the Flash is.
Wonder Woman, right?
Duh.
I forgot he had
Yeah,
done the
yeah.
done
Yeah, dude,
Zorro.
it's perfect, dude. It's freaking perfect.
Oh yeah, if you haven't looked at that Zorro stuff lately, it's amazing. It's just phenomenal.
Mhm. Yeah.
We'll have to do that real soon. Maybe next week. I got a Eclipse reprint
dude.
of all of his Zorro material. Just phenomenal
Oh,
stuff.
very cool.
I gotta be here then, because I can do the Spanish accent and the Mexican accent for you.
We'll call the episode Zorro read by Pedro.
My Pedro, we have to kick the Spanish ass, Holmes. Come on.
That's just such
Yeah, the Zorro stuff is fantastic.
Dude.
Some just
To own that.
he was not happy with a lot of it, but he was not happy with a lot of anything he did. But
Yeah.
the Zorros in color or black and white are both fantastic.
Mhm.
I mean, he was not happy, period.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the thing.
that's accurate.
Yeah.
Is that a sign of an artist? Right there, not
Yeah.
happy with your work.
No, that's the sign of an animator, though. Like I know I'm like pressing a lot of it, but all like I've met a couple of famous animators in my time, and they're all bitter. And maybe I don't know. It has to do with the anonymity or something. But dude, it's just like, why are you studying animation, son? Just gonna break your heart. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
That's a famous Kirby quote. Comics will break
Yeah.
your heart.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, but Bob Godfrey, the director for the Yellow Submarine, he went by my school. I met him. He told me to rethink my life. George Mitchell, recruiter for Disney during The Lion King and The Little Mermaid and all those movies, he told me that you're kind of old to be studying animation, son. You should do something else. Yeah, like they were all like that. Then like we met the director for the backgrounds for Tarzan. Also, like, why? You can be doing advertising, kids. Get out of here. It was all like that. Like everybody's bitter, but it was funny, dude. Great drinking.
Could be they
partner.
were just trying to save you from a world of heartache,
Yeah, and they failed.
and they failed.
Pedro took his heartache and he liked it. Damn it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
If you got $500 right now, you can go to eBay and buy a Toth model sheet of the Thing, an original,
Nice.
with three pictures of the Thing, head and shoulders, head and side view, head and shoulders. Beautiful.
You have to be
Where's
really
that?
careful buying
eBay.
original art off of eBay, though.
Oh
yeah.
Way too many tracers out there, and Toth is real easy to trace. So
Yeah, this has got some wash, some gray tone wash on it. probably very difficult to replicate. This is probably an original, but yeah, you got to be real careful with original art these days.
Mm-hmm.
God, yeah.
Yeah. You can get like
So many
something made by a
forgeries.
Filipino midget. And yeah.
So many forgeries out there. It's terrible. You really have to know your stuff. Uh-oh. Thunder.
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 Yeah.
I loved that show growing up.
Now he was
Yeah, dude.
he was slated to do Thundar, and then Jack Kirby took over for him. Anybody know why
Mhm.
Toth didn't do it?
What's that? I don't know.
Do you know why? Do you know why, Rex?
No.
We lost Rex.
Yeah, I have no idea why.
You know why? Because I don't. Okay. So, guys, what you see here is a size comparison sheet. And seeing some comics, a lot of people need to do that too.
Mhm.
There's a lot of like dimensional issues I see. Like, I don't know how big people are or compared to one another. Like, I've seen that in a couple of comics. I'm not going to name anyone, but this is a very good exercise. Like, just do them one right next to the other and keep it as a reference. When you're doing like panels with like crazy perspective or whatnot, this guy can help you. How many heads one has over the other? Could be half a head, a full head. It all depends, right? But this is a good exercise.
Jim and Mash
Hmm.
on his boisterous friendship with Alex. It was worth the journey. Boisterous.
Okay. Hmm.
They're here.
What's boisterous are those shorts? Jesus.
Those socks he's wearing looks like something I had to wear in school.
Yeah, dude, it looks like a huge kid.
I'm surprised he doesn't have toeless sandals on.
Yeah, dude, it's like here
Probably
comes
shot
Jeffrey.
before that was
I think mine were a little higher, but you know,
Yeah.
still.
Yeah. You always had like that friend in school called Jeffrey. He was like 8 feet tall and destroyed everything.
And I called him Top.
Yeah.
But yes, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah. And his soundtrack was always like, "Arr!"
The shadow knows.
Oh yeah, the
He
shadow
certainly does have a big
knows.
nose.
Shadow knows.
Yeah, he has a
From-
nose.
Definitely has
From
got a nose.
95.
And a huge schnoz.
Look at that
Yeah.
down the left-hand side.
Yeah,
So
dude.
right around the time the movie came out.
Yeah,
Bottom left, bit of Zorro though.
Yeah.
Look at that.
yeah. He's the nightmare
Yeah.
at the cocaine party. Yeah.
That cloak's brilliant, isn't it?
Isn't it
Oh.
gorgeous?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, look at that fabric, man.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Mm.
That's super good.
The whole
It's
competition.
even crazier to see it at the size that it's at because it really makes the detail just pop on that. That was probably a full 10 by 15 originally.
Nice.
You can see the cut lines here for the cover.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's great stuff. Nice Captain Marvel
dude.
too.
And the movement is just like you can see where the sword's coming from,
Oh yeah.
like the posing, the twisting of the torso as he's coming like from an awkward position to block. Like, dude, this master, dude, a master.
That ought to show the bastards.
There you go. See?
It's your perfect manic. This is your favorite manic depressive.
Press it. Nice.
Are you still?
Are you
speaking?
still speaking? Ah, dude.
There's the Fox and Bravo, right there.
There you go.
Great stuff. the Fox for Red Circle. I think Bravos is the only IP that he truly owned, that he worked on.
Looks like the Black Panther.
Yeah.
Does. Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, but the lighting
Kinda,
is so
sorta.
dramatic here.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
how
he
his,
could do noir for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, like his whole arm is like in silhouette, but you can see like the muscles of the chest receiving some light that tells you like he's tilted a little bit to the side. Like, dude, just attention to detail, man. Awesome work. And not hatchy.
Richard says, you guys need to do a video on Bernie Krigstein sometime. Took me time to really appreciate him, as I was always into detail and oblivious to layouts. We went through a Krigstein story in our last episode there at Two Fisted Tales. You should go back and take a look. It was really great. And there'll be more coming up. I just haven't seen those pics. Yeah. Great stuff. And like I said, well, I'll have to dig up my Bravo for Adventure and go through that too. I really like that book. I need to sit and reread it. That was fun. Errol Flynn. Yeah. 1941 and all that.
The movie, yeah.
The graphic novel version of Steven Spielberg's 79 film was not drawn by Alex Toth. And why?
Oh, because that movie sucked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I mean, I only enjoyed the fact that John Belushi was a pilot, which is the biggest stretch of imagination ever.
Yeah, I mean, like John Belushi.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that movie didn't work. Like, it was bad.
It's kind of a mash of a lot of different things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to capture the time and the feel, and it didn't just quite work.
There's a great special effect in that movie when the bomb hits the Ferris wheel, and the Ferris wheel comes loose and rolls off the dock.
Yeah, that was a great scene.
That 5-minute clip is just phenomenal.
And
it has moments.
Jaws is also very funny.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, it's got kind of a mishmash. It's got some nice scenes in it, but overall, I remember Dan Aykroyd giving Ned Beatty instructions on how not to use the anti-aircraft gun.
Yeah.
Spielberg himself said he didn't like the film.
Yeah,
he wasn't happy with the outcome.
We should have done it in the first place.
Nobody squeals like Ned Beatty.
Now I want to see it again.
Yeah. I'm sure if you search the streaming services like Tubi and Pluto and Plex, somebody's bound to have it.
Yeah, it should be there.
I remember seeing it not more than a year or so ago, but I couldn't tell you from where. So it's on one of the cable channels somewhere.
I remember my father kept trying to get me to watch the movie. He's like, "Oh, you'll love it. You'll love it." And I finally sat down and watched it. I'm like, "Dad, that was terrible."
That was terrible. Dad, boo.
Interesting.
A lot
that
of those.
always did his own lettering as well.
Yeah. It's a lot of films from the 80s that just don't hold up, that we all remember fondly until we rewatch them. 80s and 90s.
Yep.
See, the cat approves.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Walk.
Mm-hmm.
There's a silhouette with a zip screen behind it with the walk cut out of it.
Yeah.
Sound effect. That's great. Look at that. 3 tones right there. Incredibly well. Attaboy Productions Incorporated. Alex Toth at DC and Marvel in 1980.
Attaboy. Nice.
$200,000 paid for original comic art. Yeah. Advertising Alter Ego. The Tomorrow's Too Fur. There's Alex at a board. Is that at a convention?
Well, the only one who went.
Yeah, that's probably.
I know they're out there.
At a bullpen. Say what?
I know they're out there for Ramita Man. $200,000 paid for original comic art.
Yeah. Is that the World's Finest that he did? Superman and Batman? Alex Toth pencils. Can't see who inked it.
Okay,
Oh, Terry Austin. Terry Austin inked it. Yeah. Cool. Onward we go. Simply put, I hated Toth's art by Terry Austin.
Nice. Well, that's an opinion.
Oh, there we are. The great Gil Kane here. Johnny Thunder, another great Black Canary. Draw that character so well. Superman Annual number 19. There's a Conan. Toth comes to Koth. Great.
Those are good birth and hips he drew on Black Canary.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Those are childbearing hips.
Yep.
It says you're welcome. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. You're stuttering. Great self-portrait there.
Yeah.
Big spray. Almost looks like Nick Cardy there.
Got a real Steranko vibe, that background.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I do enjoy his quick sketches, though. Oh, so much movement.
3 pages from a double-page spread from what Terry calls the Attaboy team's ill-fated Green Lantern number 171. He writes that he did some restoration work on the page upon its return. This is the original dialogue from the unpublished version of the story, wherein Hal almost kills an entire alien race over a misunderstanding and causes his this alien's death. Huh. Okay.
He had a best alien?
That's Green Lantern here. Thought that almost was Robin. Here for a second. Crazy. Crazy dude. Testimonials. Here's a sample of his letters. He used to handwrite.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was famous for that.
Yeah, he was. Testimonials. Peers and friends and admirers talk about even too the late great artist. Erwin Hasten. Yeah. He's a great guy. Oh yeah, here we are. These are convention sketches here. Or sketches he did and sent to his buddies. Here's Bravo again. Burnett. Hmm. 60 years ago today. Space Angel, Space Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
That's gorgeous.
There's the thing right there, Charles.
There
Character
you go.
sheet.
Yep.
Wow.
No, that's actually not the one. It's a different one. That's a different
Yeah.
one.
That was probably for the Thing cartoon that was on
Yeah.
first season. Little kid gets a ring, turns himself into the Thing. Didn't mean to rhyme.
That space angel looks sort of woodish, doesn't it? Wally Wood.
Yeah.
The designs of the space suits.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with that. But,
I mean, it was the times that were running. That was like the view of the future from
Yeah.
the 60s. So retro.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of stuff popping up on my recommendations. There's a company out there who's doing 50s. It's got to be done by AI because a lot of it's a little repetitious. 50s style trailers of famous science fiction movies.
Yeah, that's AI. That's totally AI.
Yeah.
And I don't
Yeah, I've
like
seen
it.
those.
I mean, there's still like an uncanny valley quality to all those trailers, you know. Like I really don't enjoy them. Like from a stylistic view, it might be saying something, but the people look fake, like cadavers. You know what I mean? It's just like I can't really connect.
Yep. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Still, a lot of the visuals are pretty hot. So it's amazing what they can do. And I mean that in a scary way. You know, I know it's
like,
all
do you remember
copyright infringement and BS like that, but
yeah. But have you guys seen that Miyazaki video of a guy showing an experiment of automatic animation? And what Miyazaki had to say? Like, dude, like Miyazaki's my hero.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember reading that quote though. It was pretty stern.
This is an affront on life. You simple
like what Toth did to Alex Ross when he saw that painting. Get the fuck off my porch. That's pretty.
Yeah, the thing is, like, okay, nothing against Alex Ross. He's an amazing artist, but Alex Ross doesn't come from the background that Alex Toth come from. So he tends to be a little bit stiff. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's posed.
Yeah, his posing tends to be a bit stiff, and I can see Alex Toth just ragging on him over that. Like, these are all dead. What are you doing?
No, that wasn't the problem. It was the fact that he took all of these characters he thought was a complete waste of time. He did them just for a paycheck. And here, Ross comes to him with this big, beautiful painting of him. He said, "Get this fucking. Why are you wasting your time on this shit? Get it the hell away from me." You know.
Yeah. Well, there's another reason to be mad. That's another reason to be mad. So there you go. Mad from different angles. Go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
If you look at that X-Men page, Origin of Professor X, laid out by Kirby, drawn by Toth, and then inked by Vince Coletta, you've got a mismatch of I'll be generous. So creative people there, haven't you?
You sure do.
2 creative people in that 3.
Don't get me started on Vinny. Ah, such a shame.
Yeah, let's not go into Vince Coletta right now.
Space Angel. There we go.
Yeah.
I've been watching some of that on YouTube.
Space Angel? Yeah. That's
I
fun.
got that clutch cargo lips.
Freaks me out.
Ooh.
Freaked everybody out. That's why it didn't last for very long.
Yeah, dude. But they were trying things out, trying to come up with ways to make it cheaper.
Yeah.
But dude,
Did
that
that right.
lip technique, just no.
You compare that to Bob Clampett's Beanie and Cecil stuff and Jay Ward's Bullwinkle, where it seemed they focused a lot more on the writing than they did on the animation. It's it's pretty wild to think that it was kind of the Wild West back then, especially trying to come up with inexpensive ways to get animation onto the television.
Yeah, you guys gotta go back to 59 though, because that's what happened is that there's this practice that was declared illegal called block booking. So if you're a cinema and you wanted to buy like the movies, you had to buy the documentaries and the animation in a block. That was declared illegal in 59, and then that's where all animators got fired. It's like, dude, we can't sell your stuff. So you have all these unemployed animators like flooding the market with offering their services. They have to find ways to make animation cheaper, and that age of discovery is horrifying and inspiring at the same time, because you see a lot of things that were like, dude, no, back to the drawing board. And Clutch Card was there, and Crusader Rabbit is there. And even the Hanna-Barbera, like you see the first like Touche Turtle was one of like the first they did. It was so limited, it was almost like a coloring book. It was just like, what are you guys doing? But then they start developing, and we have the animation we have today.
Yeah,
and we wouldn't have anime. Yeah, like we wouldn't have anime today if that didn't happen. So that's the thing. Like people say, like, oh, anime is so superior. Like without limited animation, anime wouldn't exist. Look at the episodes of Astro Boy. The first one is it's like a Yogi Bear. So dude, like we have a shared history here in this world of cartooning, and I include comics and animation because the same thing. Osamu Tezuka wouldn't have done Astro Boy if he didn't find those Karl Barks, Donald Duck comics. So what are we talking about here?
There's a punk band called Queer for Astro Boy. Have you ever heard of them?
No.
Can't say that I have.
Yeah. I'm kind of happy I haven't, but yeah.
Too late. Glad to ruin it for you.
Batman, Madman.
Huh.
That was Allred's character, or that is Allred's character.
Madman?
Yeah.
Rocket, knock it off.
Kind of reminds me the Batman and the Madman of Steve Root a little bit.
Yeah. I'd see that.
You got skinny legs.
Yeah. Chicken legs, you might say.
Unlike Black Canary, hey?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's just health.
She be thick.
Just the way I like them.
So it's Tom Twilight.
David Cook.
The Art of Toth. David Cook, is that? David Cook. Oh, Power. Scorchy Smith.
Scorchy.
That's going way back.
Way
Yeah.
back. That's a little hard to see on the camera. It's a plane crash. The character's sitting here on a
Yeah.
rock.
I can see it. I can see it.
Okay.
I have my glasses on. Mm.
Oh, Bud Plant ad there.
Yeah.
He's still
Yeah.
in business.
Scorchy Smith reminds me of is it Canyon? What's it called?
Steve Canyon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the style.
Yeah, there's a lot of probably a lot of shared influences there between Milt Caniff and Alex Toth.
That's it. Kniff. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. That yeah, Steve Canyon strip. Yeah, it's very nice though. I like the way he's left the rocks at the front open,
Mm-hmm.
sort of frames.
Real
it
nice
nicely.
piece.
Yeah.
And I don't know. With a name with like Scorchy Smith, I would make like a great like wear condoms commercial. Like, don't be like Scorchy Smith. Wear protection. I don't know, man. Like those kind of nicknames don't fly today.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Yep, we're getting away from the Toth material now.
Yeah. Super
So,
deal.
Christmas cards.
Oh, but these are like cards he will like handmade. Will handmade for people.
Who what?
These are cards like he will like handmade.
Yeah, that other
for
people
people?
did. Their Christmas cards. Yeah, season's greeting.
Oh, okay.
Merry Christmas. Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
The back of the issue is filled with other articles, mainly dedicated to Fawcett. There's Mr. Monster ad there from Mr. Monster's Comic Crypt.
Yeah.
John Carter of Mars.
Of Mars, yes.
BC Archives there.
Yeah.
Weird
Tales from
Science
the
Volume
Crypt.
1.
There's some more Toth testimonials about 10, 20 pages later.
Right. Russ Manning, The Lost Works. Manning's another person who doesn't get his due anymore. What a
It'd
great,
be interesting to
great
go
cartoon.
around the panel and see what everyone's favorite Toth work was.
Well, that's tough.
Anybody?
Well,
It's
I
a
have to
60s
say-
cartoon work for me. That's the
Yeah.
Space Ghost Herculoid stuff for me. That's
Yeah.
That's
To me-
that's Randy.
Yeah, Herculoids, man.
Yeah, I love that
That's-
stuff.
Yeah. Perfect mix of action and appeal, character design. It had everything, man.
Yeah. And the Herculoids like killed like all of their enemies.
Yeah, they were not like leaving them tied for the authorities. Yeah, it's just like that.
As
Well, that-
it should be.
Yeah.
the stories don't hold up at all because they get real formulaic, but the design work
Yeah,
is
of
just
course.
phenomenal.
Oh, but that was the
You're pretty harsh on your criticism. I wish you'd stop it. You're attacking my childhood.
I've got all of that stuff on DVD, and I think I've got just about every Toth cartoon that he did except Young Samson. I think that's the only one I
Kick
don't
him,
have.
Randy.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did too. When we get done and go around, I'll show you some the reproductions, but of the Herculoids layouts by Todd.
Oh, nice.
I have a 1967 original.
But you
not in my
know,
finger
like
kit.
I really miss the monster roars from that time. You know, like you know those monster roars from the 70s.
Yeah, yeah.
That was awesome, man. Like
They're always
now they're
screechy.
overproduced. Yeah. And full orchestra.
You
like,
didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was the golden age. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
We didn't.
Where would you rank Toth? You definitely had to put him in your top 20, right?
Top 5.
Top 5, yeah.
Yeah, top 5.
Yeah, probably put him in the top 5. I mean, he's very influential to me in a lot of ways.
Mm.
The simplicity of his design work and everything.
Use of shadow and light.
Yeah.
Mhm.
More Toth testimonials. Great illustration.
Gray Morrow, I did not know, but he worked on it for a long time. But I found out last year he worked on similar as Hoth did for Hanna-Barbera. He was a character designer, and you can see it when you go back and you know his style. Spider-Man 1967 cartoon.
Okay.
Mm. Yeah, that Spider-Man cartoon, like that's a tough watch for me today.
Psychedelic. There you go again, Paige.
Yeah.
You make me want to hook my DVR back up, or my DVD player back up.
I've got to agree with Pedro to a certain extent. When I go back and watch those, I'm like, wow, but as a kid, first thing.
Oh yeah,
it
it's
was
different.
like, I thought out of all the ones, especially since the '66 Marvel ones, which I did enjoy, but it was basically taken straight from the panels that done by Kirby, Heck, and all the other artists. But
great
I
stuff,
thought that I thought, looking at it now, it's real wonky. But back then, as a kid, very young kid, I was thought that some of the better ones that were done were the Spider-Man and Fantastic Four. Had more movement, more fluidity in it. And
yeah,
those
but that's the
backgrounds,
thing.
Those wash backgrounds in the '67, I mean, it was psychedelic, for the
But
Spider-Man.
that's the thing, Rex. Within the season, the director will choose one episode to go all out, and it's all like money restrictions. So there's always like a gem within all the series. It's like, okay, guys, we're going all out. We want like a full-fledged action sequence, and people didn't appreciate it. It was like, oh, that was good, but they didn't know like how much work went into it. So I don't know. It became a formula. So you need like a director who is in love with the IP, so you can get gems like that. And at the time, dude, a lot of guys, it was just work.
Toth did a lot of work for Creepy and Eerie as well. That stuff is fantastic. There's one bizarre story where Toth inked Infantino.
Wow,
and that's a really strange combination, but it works just fine.
Huh? That sounds intriguing.
Yeah, that does sound intriguing.
Especially depending upon where Infantino was in his drawing mindset, because he definitely
it was 81, and I've got a page from it. I'll send you right now.
Yeah, do that.
There it goes. I just sent it to you through Facebook.
Yep, that's got it.
You heard the ding.
Let's pull that up here. Oh wow. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. He was true to Infantino, but it's still Toth.
Can you show it, Randy?
Yeah, I'm pulling it through right now.
I have that. I have the face, that 3 issues of the face that were, I think Toth did a couple of the covers.
Yeah, but look at that ink work here.
Dude. Oh, awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's a great story too. And there's a silhouette for you.
Yeah, right there. Reminds me a lot of Tom Mandrake's material. And here, this reminds me a lot of what Miller did later on in Sin City.
Yeah, better drawing though.
Shadow work. Oh, much better.
I'll blow your mind. It looks a little like Dave Gibbons to me. Watchmen type.
Yeah, there's some of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that third panel though with the silhouettes, that's definitely Toth. That's just
he
just screams it.
He
right
really
there.
grounded it, didn't he? Because
he did.
Alex Ross is like Gene Colan. He's all over the place sometimes.
Sweet, just amazing stuff.
Yeah, Infantino did a bunch of stuff for Creepy and Eerie and Vampirella after he got kicked out of DC. With a lot of different people inking him, including Bernie Wrightson.
Yeah. Cool.
That guy on America's Greatest there reminds me of Chaikin as well, that kind of pose and everything.
It sure does. Yeah.
Well, Chaikin was a huge Toth fan. I was
there
taken
you
to
go.
Chaikin's studio by Peter Cooper, who was his assistant at one point, and Chaikin said to me, "What do you like?" And I don't remember what I said at the time. This would have been 81, 82. So he pulls out an EC war story of Chaikin, which was airplanes. He says, "Look at this." This Chaikin telling me, "Look at this." And I didn't know Toth very well at that point. I just knew his stuff from cartoons and hot rod cartoons from the early 60s.
Sure.
But yeah, Chaikin was huge into Toth.
I went and got a cup of coffee. Did anybody cover his Johnny Thunder stuff?
No.
Yeah.
The Western. They actually brought back Johnny Thunder in the early 70s for a couple of issues.
Yeah.
Johnny Thunder goes back to the late 40s, though.
Up to Kirby Toth. Yeah. Age stories. With,
yeah, that stuff is early. That stuff is Johnny Thunder is, I think, 51. That's really nice stuff.
All-Star Western, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at an All-Star Western from 1949.
Yeah. They took over the numbering from All-Star Comics, stopped Justice Society, and started doing Westerns. Red Dress, Chris is in the house. Good to see you here, friend. It's his boy in the bottom left panel. Looks like somebody living here in the backwoods of West Virginia. Yeah. Oh, he's talking about the
Get
page
enough of
that
that sugar, Chris.
Yeah. He was looking at that page that Toth had inked over Infantino. There's classic right there. Crimson Bears.
Oh, dude.
Great stuff there.
Power, dude. Look at that.
It would have been interesting to see Alex Toth do Hellboy.
Well, the thing is that Mignola takes a lot from Alex Toth, especially his shading.
Yeah, he sure does.
So yeah, it's a thing that it's more of an echo of what Alex Toth brought to the table, and then Mignola picked it up from there and made his own thing. But it's undeniable that it's Alex Toth all over the place.
It's been said a million times, but I think it's true that the reason that Toth isn't better known is because he never did a really long run on a mainstream superhero comic.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, probably true.
Well, he did do Dell Evans. Oh boy, Dell Evans comics.
Zorro.
Did he only do the one X-Men
romance
story?
Yeah, but how long was he in Zorro though?
How long?
Yeah, a couple of years, but you know, it was basically an adaptation of the TV show, and you know, it's not a superhero comic.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I always think like Zorro is more derivative in that sense. Like it's always coming from somewhere. It's not like a Zorro comic book. It's based on a movie or a radio show or a.
Yeah, in this case, the TV show. Yeah.
It's not like a Superman. Show. Yeah, it's not like a Superman, which is like strictly from comic books. So maybe he missed that.
Right. Yeah. You were going to say something, Glenn? No.
Imagine if he had done 3-4 years on Black Canary.
Ooh, with those guys?
Yeah, I mean, he would have. Everybody would know. Everybody would know who he is.
3 or 4 years on Black Canary.
With the Red Circle stuff, like I say, he was doing the Black Hood and Fox, and that introduced me to his work. You know, previously I didn't know who he was.
I mean, the Black Hood would have got him canceled today, but yeah.
Folks, we've been looking at Alter Ego, issue number 63 from December of 2006. A tribute to Alex Toth, one of the greats.
Published right after his death, huh?
Yeah. We've done quite a number of episodes here on Sunday Funnies and Comics by Night of Alex's work in the past. Go up over to the Indie Comics Network and look through their archive. You can see those if you want to see more Toth, and we'll be showing more as we go along. More Toth to show. So next week, maybe we'll look at his Zorro material.
Oh, nice.
That would be cool.
What
Just
is
show it off a little.
Toth? What's Toth's greatest attribute as an artist, you think?
Minimalism.
Yeah, it depends on what you're looking for.
His simplicity. Yeah.
Yeah.
The way he makes everybody look natural.
Yeah.
And
too,
the
yeah.
fact that you can tell his underdrawings are so good, you don't need that much detail or hatchy to make it look proper and cool. So if I say something, he's posing. His posing is just next level.
It's deceptively simple because it's only because he's such a great artist that he can simplify this. If you're not a great artist, you can try to do stuff this simple and it's not going to look great.
Yeah.
Right. It's because he could do the most detailed picture you could ever want, and that would look great. But he's boiling it down to the essence.
Yeah. Very much so. HR says elegant sweeping lines of minimalism. Yeah.
Was he a veteran, or does anybody know?
I don't think
I'm
so.
not positive.
Yeah, I don't think he served.
Okay. But he definitely came through World War II there.
Well, he was born in 28, so he would have been a little bit too young for World War II and a little bit too old for Korea.
Korea, yeah.
Because my father was born in 28, and he was too old for too young for World War II, and then a little too old for Korea. So it was the same year.
Let's look here. Alex Toth, June 25th, 1928 to May 27th, 2006, American cartoonist, 40s through the 80s. Toth's work began in the American comic book industry, but he is also known for his animation designs for HB throughout the 60s and 70s. His work included Super Friends, Fantastic Four, Space Ghost, C-Lab 2020, The Herculoids, and Birdman. His work has been resurrected in the late night adult themed spin-off Cartoon Network's Embarrassments, blah, blah, blah. Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, Harvey Birdman. Yeah, it was born in 28 to immigrants from Hungary. His father was Sandor Toth, a coal miner and also a musician of Calvinist religion, who hailed from Baroghalaz, Hungary. Baroghalaz, I'm guessing, probably massacring the pronunciation. His mother was the Roman Catholic Mary Elizabeth Hufnagel, who hailed from Budapest. His parents, Alexander and Mary Hufnagel, married in Hamilton, Ontario, in October 27th of 24, and after that moved to Manhattan, where Alex was born. His paternal grandparents were Samuel Toth, wine and grape farmer. And wow, I'm not pronouncing that. His maternal grandparents were unpronounceable, a farmer from Toronto County, and Maria Krupla. Toth's talent noticed early, and a teacher from his poster class in junior high school urged him to devote himself to art. Enrolling in the School of Industrial Art, Toth studied illustration. He began his career when he sold his first freelance art at the age of 15, subsequently illustrating true stories for Heroic magazine through a comic book packager named Steve Douglas. Although initially aimed to do newspaper strips, it was a dream. It was my dream to do Kniff, Raymond, and Foster, to do what Kniff, Raymond, and Foster had done, he said. He found the industry dying and instead moved into comic books. Graduating from the School of Industrial Art in 1947. So he was, like Charles says, he was too young for World War II.
Mm-hmm.
Toth was hired by Sheldon Mayer at National DC Comics. Green Lantern number 28 was one of the first comics he drew for the company. He drew 4 issues of All-Star Comics, including issues 38 and 41, in which the Black Canary first met the Justice Society of America, then joined the team. A canine sidekick for Green Lantern named Streak was introduced in Green Lantern 30, and the dog proved so popular that he became the featured character on several covers of the series starting in 34 or number 34. He worked at DC for 5 years, drawing the Golden Age versions of Flash, Dr. Midnight, and the Atom. In addition to superheroes, he drew Western comics for DC, including All-Star Western. He was assigned to the Johnny Thunder feature in All-Star Western because editor Julie Schwartz considered him to be my best artist at the time. Toth and writer Robert Kanigher co-created Rex the Wonder Dog in 1952. For a brief time in 1950, Toth was able to realize his dream of working on newspaper comic strips by ghost illustrating Casey Ruggles with Warren Tufts. In 52,
2 months he did that for 2 months.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful work.
In 52, Toth ended his contract with DC Comics and moved to California. It is during that time that he worked on crime, war, and romance comics for Standard Comics. And in 54, Toth was drafted into the U.S. Army and stationed in Tokyo, Japan. While in Japan, he wrote and drew his own weekly adventure strip, John Fury, for the base paper Depot Diary. He served in the Army until 1956, so he went through 2 years drafted. Came out of there and worked for Dell Comics until 1960, and in that year, Toth became art director for the Space Angel animated science fiction show. This led to his being hired by HB, where he created the character Space Ghost. That was Space Angel animated show back in 1960. Space Ghost for the animated series of the same name. His other creations include Herculoids, Birdman, Galaxy Trio, Dino Boy in the Lost Valley. He worked as a storyboard and artist until 1968. And then again in 1973, when he was assigned to Australia for 5 months to produce the TV series Super Friends. He continued to work in comics, contributing to Warren Publishing's magazines Eerie, Creepy, and The Rook. For DC Comics, he drew the first issue of The Witching Hour and introduced the series Three Witches. Toth illustrated the comic book tie-in to the Hot Wheels animated series based on the toy line. His collaboration with Bob Haney on the 4-page story Dirty Job and Our Army at War, number 241, has been described as a, quote, true masterpiece, unquote. Toth worked with writer-editor Archie Goodwin on the story Burma Sky and Our Fighting Forces number 146. And Goodwin praised Toth's art in a 1998 interview, said, quote, to me, Alex Toth, having Alex Toth do any kind of airplane story is a joy for me. If I see a chance to do something like that, I will. He did a really fabulous job on it, unquote. The two men crafted a Batman story for Detective Comics number 442 as well. Toth and E. Nelson Bridwell produced a framing sequence for the Super Friends feature in limited collector's edition number C41. And Toth's final work for DC was the cover for Batman Black and White number 4. Toth died at a drawing table on May 27, 2006, 4 weeks shy of his 78th birthday. Toth was the father of 4 children.
I wonder what he was drawing.
I said he was doing thank you notes to people who had sent him get well soon notes. But that story could be urban legend. Alex Toth was the father of 4 children, sons Eric and Damon, and daughters Dana and Carrie. His marriage to Christina Schreiber Hyde ended in divorce in 1968, and his second wife, Guyla Avery, died in 1985. Toth did much of his comic works outside of superhero comics, concentrating instead on such subjects as hot rod racing, romance, horror, and action adventure. His work on Disney's Zorro has been reprinted in trade paperbacks several times. Also, there are 2 volumes of the Alex Toth Reader published by Pure Imagination, which focuses on his work for Standard Comics Western Publishing. Brian Boland has cited Toth as one of his idols. Journalist Tom Spurgeon wrote that Toth possessed, quote, an almost transcendent understanding of the power of art as a visual story component, unquote, and called him, quote, one of the handful of people who could seriously enter into greatest comic book artist of all time discussions, and a giant 20th century cartoon, a giant of 20th century cartoon design.
Well, that's definitely true.
There's more you can find over at the Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
If you want to go there. And again, folks, we want to thank you for joining us. Deeply appreciate everybody being here. Thanks to the panel for being here as well.
Wow, look at that.
Hang on just a second.
That's
I got to blow
gorgeous.
that up.
That is amazing.
That's Igu.
Yeah.
Igu. Yeah.
Igu, the rock ape.
Xandor.
Xandor. Yeah, great.
Those are
Great
fantastic.
stuff. Yep.
Absolutely fantastic. Oh, very, very.
Xandor and Tara. Yeah.
Those thick lines.
Let's see, 1970 there on that?
Great for animation. Yeah.
I have an original Dorno drawing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's by Toth or not, but from 67.
Sure looks like him. Yeah.
Yeah, this stuff is.
Sure, that's
these
the
are
original?
reproductions.
These
are
That was my favorite.
Yeah, they're
Those
not
are so cool.
this set here is not originals, it's reproductions, but
okay.
yeah, these are his
there's
reproductions of his designs. Yeah.
Great
The whole
stuff.
team there.
Just great stuff.
And the thing is, like, there was no science. It was just cool. Like, Sock would shoot lasers from his eyes and his
There you
tail.
go. There's
Yeah.
a piece from the 40s or 50s. I
That's not
haven't
Toth, though, is
identified it yet. I think I've seen this cartoon, but
That's an animation
That's
cell. Looks like from a Looney Tunes.
yeah,
Yeah, look from that book. That's
it's
enough.
Warner
folks.
Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool stuff, man. Since we got the camera on you, Rex, why don't you tell folks how they can find you?
Sure. Find me over on Instagram. Everything Devil Flyer. Find my book over on Fund My Comic under Rex Christian on Facebook. On X. That's mainly where I do my thing. On here daily. Yeah. 4 Central, 4 o'clock shadow. Check us out. All about comics and collectibles.
Eloquent, sweeping lines. Of
Today we're going to have on John's Long Box, another great comic book creator that has his first comic book up on Fund My Comic right now. We'll be talking about
Huckleberry Hound.
There you go. Yep. The New
Huckleberry
Adventures of
Hound.
Huckleberry Finn. Yep. Amen to that. Whatever HR was talking about. Carlos Eros TV. Hope you're doing well. Hi from Peru.
Los Herculoides.
Yeah.
Hola, Carlos. ¿Cómo estás?
Los
Papá. Chochera.
Herculoids.
Yeah.
Pedro, tell folks how they can find you.
Oh, well, all this Alex Toth talk has inspired me to animate this morning. So I might share that with you a little bit. Let me just
As long as you're quick.
window. Yeah, here we are. And yeah, like I'm Pedro Yang. I worked with RT Bear and some other people working on my book right now, Tropical Magics. This is art by commission. So if you need some animation in your life, I can be your guy. You can find me at Twitter, the Twitters or X as Ngila. And yeah, cool.
All right. Yeah. Cool. Charles, tell folks how they can find you.
Well, they can go onto the internet and they can type my name in and Rammur, Rammur, and they'll see more of me than they could ever stomach. But if they go to YouTube and type in comic culture with Charles Santino, they'll see a very interesting interview with me on a PBS affiliate in the South. Terrence Dollard does comic culture. It's a very interesting interview. And my comic is Rammer. You can see the first issue behind me. Second issue is right here. Both are available on Amazon right now, 48 pages. Master Thief in a Future Police State. That's 7 words, the shortest tagline in entertainment.
Here we are.
Charles is a
And-
master
and-
of understatement.
And one more time, just because I know you want it.
How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words.
Don't get me revved up. She's of age now.
Yeah, and she looks like
Yeah.
a Muppet.
I'm glad you're.
I originally clipped that to use every time we talked about modern Marvel. But anyway.
Wow.
Allison, tell folks how they can find you.
You can find me right here on the Indie Comics Network on Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time with Arting with the Alley Cat, where I work on things like this Wolverine I did. I also did, for Star Wars Day, I did Rey sliding on the, doing the Akira slide.
Cool.
And I did a tribute to the Fallout series with the Ghoul.
Nice. Okay, cool.
And,
Yeah.
Also, I have an upcoming book that I'm going to be doing. That's a sword and sorcery book for Sword and Sorcery magazine called Broken Shackles. This is some of my concept artwork I'm working on for it.
Sweet.
And every now and then, I like to do Rosetta studies.
Ah, yes.
Awesome.
Oh, so yeah, and I'm on like all
Allison, do you
artwork stuff and everything.
do you ink your pencil?
Oh yeah, yeah. I tend to scan them first and then ink them, so I have pencils preserved. So, yeah, and I've just been lazy lately, so.
Russ, tell folks how they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me at russleach.com. The Atlantean is in production. The
Oh, dude, can't
the
wait.
Shadow Kingdom is here. I have some prints already available. There you go. It's looking rather nice. If you missed out on the campaign, the arrow.store you will be able to pick a version up from there. If you're in the UK or Europe, you can hit me up via the website russleach.com. Sign up for the email list. You can also pick up sketches from me as well. This is some of the stuff that went out or will be going out next week to backers.
Woohoo.
Before sketches. So all the stuff you can get from me at russleach.com. And if you're in Brazil soon, you can check out what's it called?
Os Reino das Sombras.
Reinos das Sombras. There you go. Very, very nice. Lovely, lovely accent there. Get yourself a copy of that if you're in Brazil or anywhere where you speak Portuguese. There you go. Find
Red
out
Dragon
more
Publishing.
About that.
Yeah.
Red Dragon Publishing. And find out more about that at russleach.com. Sign up for the email list. There you go.
Sweet. All right. Glenn, tell folks how they can find you.
Before you put Charles's name into Google, put mine in, and you'll see.
Yep.
If you go to Amazon and all that kind of stuff, you can see my magazine, Comics Limited, which issue 15 is out now. And you can be able to get a hold of a copy of my book about my visit to see Jack Kirby. And if you go to fundmycomic.com, you'll be able to pick up a copy of my Hatch annotated book, which is a nice 100-page book about my character Hatch, and you can see how he works and pencil work and color work and lettering work and all kinds of stuff in there. But if you put my name in Google, something will come up. And I've got 12 books out now on Amazon, varying genres of science fiction and cartoons and children's books, all kinds of stuff. Put my name in Google and you'll find it.
There you go.
Yeah,
folks-
put his name on Google, but ignore the police reports.
Please. Yep. If you go over to Amazon and type my name in, you might actually find a War of the Worlds book that I did for Caliber sometimes back. But you can find the majority of my work. I'm Randy Zimmerman, by the way. You can find the majority of my work over at aerocomics.store. You can find a lot of great books. Some I did everything on. Some I wrote. Some I just created and wrote. Right now, I'm working on the plot and script for the Atlantean #1. Looking forward to that. That Russ will be drawing. And then from there, we're doing a Tales from the Aniverse collection, which is a series that I did back in the 80s of a funny animal space opera type universe. All sorts of fun and character sheets there for that one. I created that with Susan Van Camp, and the two of us are putting together an omnibus of that work and of Susan's Varsel's Vixens material as well that fits into that universe. We're looking forward to the doing the crowdfund for that here very shortly. And again, Red Dragon Publishing. If you speak Portuguese, you can pick up a copy of The Shadow
As
Kingdom.
Reino das Sombras.
Exactly. Over there as well.
You don't have to speak it. You just have to read it.
That's right. Up. I have the bell ringing, so I need to run. Allison, why don't you play a couple of bumpers for us for a second, William?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right. Please do. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Okay.
Bear with me here while I go.
Just anyone. Run the Arrow Comics one. There's a Comics by Night and Sunday Funnies one down there. All right.
Yep, I'm looking at them all right now.
Hunting the wabbit, hunting the wabbit.
The wabbit, kill the wabbit.
Hey kids, you want to see some great comics? It's Comic Book Show and Tell twice a week. Comics by Night every Friday at 5 a.m. Eastern. And the Sunday Funnies every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern on the Indie Comics Network YouTube channel.
Void where prohibited, not available with any other offers. Side effects may include loss of boredom and a sudden urge to read more comics. Check with your doctor if a sudden rash appears.
Holy shit. That is the craziest thing I have ever seen. And I'm Dennis Quaid, and Dennis Quaid has seen some shit.
He has.
Oh yeah, Dennis Quaid's definitely seen some shit.
I mean, with his brother, yeah.
Yep, that's true.
And who's your favorite Marvel Comics hero? Mine is Superman. Remember the motto? With great power comes great responsibility.
There we are.
I love him smile.
There we are. What'd you run? Anything?
Yeah, I ran a couple of the bumps. I did the preview for the Sunday Funnies and Friday and Comics by Night. I did the Arrow Comics one, and then I just did that one because it was funny.
Cool. All right, folks, we want to thank you for stopping by. We deeply appreciate you. We know the majority of you watch our show after the fact, and we love that as well. We're archived over at the Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel, the Randy Zim YouTube channel, but most especially over at the the Indie Comics Network YouTube channel, where there's an extensive archive of both Sunday Funnies and Comics by Night. We'll be back again Friday morning for Comics by Night, Friday morning at 5 a.m., where we'll be covering a great book that focuses on the work of one Wally Wood. Strange World, science fiction, great book. So stop back by then. That's Comics by Night, Fridays at 5 a.m. Then we'll be back here again Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. for another episode of Sunday Funnies. We deeply appreciate you being here. Buy independent and alternative comics, especially ours. Take care. Have a great week. Stay safe. Any other last words?
Happy Mother's Day.
Yes.
Happy Mother's Day. Yes. Happy
Mother's
Mother's Day.
A wonderful day.
Yeah.
We'll see everyone soon.
All you mother.
Have a happy day, all you mothers.
There you go.
Take care, everyone.
See ya.
We'll see ya.
Joke's on you, bitch. I love this shit.
Still here.
Yeah.
Still.
Taste that biscuit.
Wrong show. No biscuit here.
My name is Dennis Quaid. I've seen some shit. My name is Dennis
Biscuits
Quaid.
coming.
Still here.
Biscuits coming, but first some gravy.
The cops are doing their job as long as they don't be mean to people who are actually being innocent. Then I'm all gravy, baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce.
What I'm talking about.